Kai dug his fingernails into his knees when the chanting suddenly stopped. The Queen's success at calming the crowd had been too easy. He had hoped for at least a hint of struggle from his citizens.
It's a most useful trick, particularly when dealing with unruly citizens, which are never tolerated on Luna.
I've heard when the citizens are unruly, there's usually a good reason for it, and brainwashing doesn't exactly seem like the proper solution.
Proper is such a subjective word. The solution is effective, and that can hardly be argued with.
It would appear that you are in violation of the Interplanetary Agreement of 54 TE, Article 17.
I'm afraid I do not have the Interplanetary Agreement memorized in full. Perhaps you could enlighten me as to the article in question.
Article 17 states that no party of the agreement shall knowingly shelter or protect lunar fugitives.
Lunar fugitives? Why would you think we're sheltering lunar fugitives?
Because I just saw one in your courtyard, along with those insolent protesters. This is not to be tolerated.
This is the first I've ever heard of lunars in my country.
Which leads me to believe that you've been turning a blind eye to the problem, just as your father did.
How can I turn a blind eye to something I've never heard of?
With all due respect, Your Majesty, I assure you we monitor all spacecrafts coming to and leaving the Commonwealth.
I know my own when I see them, and right now there is one in these city walls. I want her found and brought to me.
Right. That'll be no problem in a city of 2.5 million people. Let me just dig out my special lunar detector, and I'll get right on that.
You do not wish to try my patience with your sarcasm, young prince. If you are incapable of finding her, then I will dispatch my own guards to Earth, and they will find her.
That will not be necessary. We apologize for doubting you, Your Majesty, and are eager to fulfill our part of the agreement. Please allow us time to prepare for the coronation and festival, and we will begin our search for the fugitive as soon as resources allow.
Do you intend to always let your advisor make decisions for you?
No. Eventually, I'll have an empress for that.
Fine. I will expect her, along with any other lunar fugitives in this country, delivered to Luna 1 moon cycle after your coronation. And speaking of your coronation, I have brought you a gift.
How thoughtful.
You are probably not aware, but I have had my own research team dedicated to studying that disease which plagues you, the Tamosis. And it appears my scientists have finally discovered an antidote.
What?
This vial should be enough to cure 1 adult male. Awful timing, isn't it?
How long have you had this?
Why, it was only confirmed as a true antidote hours before my departure.
You're lying.
Your Highness.
That vial is your gift. My scientists could have thousands of dosages prepared by month's end. However, such an undertaking, coupled with 6 years' worth of work and resources, has put quite a strain on my own country. So I'm sure you'll understand the need for compensation. That, I'm afraid, will require further negotiations.
You would withhold this when so many are dying.
You have so much to learn about politics. I think you will soon discover that it is all about give and take, my dear, handsome prince.
We have a guest.
Nanzi?
I apologize for my interruption. My consciousness has been restored and I am now reporting for duty.
Send this monstrosity away.
Perhaps Her Majesty would like a tour of the gardens?
Thank you for your considerate gift.
It was my pleasure, Your Highness.
Nanzi, you can't imagine how happy I am to see you. We need to get back to the search right away. Why didn't the mechanic come with you?
She did. I left her outside the palace. She was not allowed in.
Is she still there?
Outside of the palace, Cinder was reeling. Knowing she was lunar was bad enough, but if she was truly supposed to be immune to their magic, why had Levana's glamour affected her?
Ling, Cinder.
Yes?
His Imperial Highness has requested a word with you.
I apologize for taking up your time, but I wanted to thank you personally for fixing her.
It was an honor. I hope you'll find what you're looking for.
Would you like to walk with me?
What?
You can tell me what you found. What's wrong with her?
Oh, sure. Of course.
So, what was wrong with her?
A chip. The direct communication chip interrupted her power connection, I think.
Direct communication chip?
Right. Didn't you install it?
No. Why would someone put that in an android?
I don't know, but it seems some data was sent over the link before Nancy shut down. There's a chance whoever installed it was hoping to gather information. Possibly specific information.
So how do I find out who put the chip in her and what they learned?
I tried to initiate the link, but it seems to have been disabled. I'll keep trying, but at this point, I have no way of knowing who was on the other end. As for what she learned, I heard some of it. It's interesting.
She's alive, isn't she? Does Nancy know where to find her?
We can't talk about this here. And Nancy will know more than I do anyway.
So you're telling me that Nancy has some important information, but some unknown people may also have that information?
I'm afraid so. And the chip itself was unusual. I've never seen anything like it before. It was almost shimmery, like tiny little gemstones.
It's lunar. Their ships are made of the same stuff. It must have been Sybil. Or her guard.
Sybil?
Levana's thaumaturge. The minion that does all her dirty work. I didn't think it was possible to hate someone as much as I hate Levana. She's evil.
I saw what she did to the protesters.
I shouldn't have let her face them. And now she's under the impression that we're intentionally harboring lunar fugitives.
Really?
I know. It's absurd.
Cinder dropped her gaze, fiddling with her work gloves.
I think you should go to the ball with me.
Stars, didn't you already ask me that?
I'm hoping for a more favorable answer this time. And I seem to be getting more desperate by the minute.
How charming.
Please.
Why?
Why not?
I mean, why me?
So, if I hover breaks down, I'll have someone on hand to fix it? I mean it. I can't go alone, and I really can't go with Levana.
Well, there are about 200,000 single girls in this city who would fall over themselves to have the privilege.
Cinder. 200,000 single girls. Why not you?
I'm sorry, but trust me, you don't want to go with me.
Why? Why don't you want to go with me?
It's not that I don't want to go with you, it's that I'm not going at all.
So you do want to go with me?
Okay, it doesn't matter. I can't.
But I need you.
Need me?
Yes. Don't you see? If I'm spending all my time with you, Queen Levana can't rope me into any conversations or dancing. Levana thinks she can play me like a puppet. And it just occurred to me that she might be right. I feel like I'm gonna ruin everything.
You won't. You're going to be one of those emperors that everyone loves and admires.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, I mean it. Look how much you care, how hard you're trying, and you're not even emperor yet.
I shouldn't be telling you this anyway. It isn't your problem to worry about. It's just, you're easy to talk to.
It is kind of my problem. I mean, we all have to live here.
You could move to Europe.
Yeah, I've actually been considering that lately.
If that's not a vote of confidence, I don't know what is.
Cinder's breath snagged as Kai leaned forward so close she almost thought he meant to kiss her.
Imagine there was a cure, but finding it would cost you everything. It would completely ruin your life. What would you do?
Ruin my life to save millions of others. It's not much of a choice.
You're right. There's no real choice. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is horribly inappropriate, but it seems my life is about to be ruined.
This time he really did draw near her. His fingers brushed her elbow. He drew closer to her, but just as her eyes closed, pain exploded in her head and she doubled over.
Cinder! Are you alright?
But the pain was gone as quick as it came.
It's gone. I'm fine.
For a moment he gasped and jerked away, looking like he had just seen a ghost.
What? What is it?
Nothing.
Your Highness?
Nothing. I was seeing things. Let's get you help. Dr. Erlin! It's happened again. Her fainting, her Whatever it is.
It's gone now. I'm fine.
You are not fine. What causes it? What can we do to make it stop?
I'll take a look at her.
If you need funds to do the research or special equipment or anything.
Really, I'm fine.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. She probably just needs another adjustment.
Incoming message from Prime Minister of Africa.
I have to go. I'm sorry.
Kai, I'm fine. Go away.
I also came to bring you this, Dr. Erlin. Levana claims it is an antidote to letumosis. Do you think you can duplicate it, if true?
I will do my best, Your Highness.
And Cinder, you'll let me know if anything.
Yes.
Changes your mind about the ball?
What do you think you're doing here? Did you not understand when I told you to stay away?
Well, it's too late. The Queen already saw me.
She saw you? Are you sure?
I was in the courtyard when the protests were going on. Here's the thing, though. You said before that shells aren't affected by lunar glamour, right? That's why she ordered them, us, to be killed?
That's right.
But it did affect me. I trusted her as much as anyone else, at least until my programming took control. That shouldn't have happened, right?
No. That shouldn't have happened.
You don't seem too surprised.
I may have misread your diagnosis.
Or you just didn't tell me the truth. So I'm not lunar?
No, you are most definitely a lunar. I've been doing research into your adoptive family, Miss Ling. The year before your surgery, your guardian, Lingaran, unveiled a prototype. He called it a bioelectricity security system.
A what?
The chip was in the back of your neck. On Earthens, it makes them immune to lunar control. On our lunar, it prevents them from manipulating the bioelectricity of others. When he unveiled the prototype, he had not tested it.
And for that, he needed a lunar. You didn't misread my diagnosis. You knew this from the start. What did you do to me? When you touched me and it hurt so bad I passed out, what's causing it? What is happening to me?
Calm down.
Why? So you can lie to me some more?
If I have lied, it has only been to protect you. Like it or not, the lock has been beneficial to you.
How?
You see, manipulating bioelectricity comes so natural to lunars that it's virtually impossible to refrain from using it, especially at such a young age. Left to your own devices, you would have drawn too much attention to yourself. And even if you could have learned to use it, the gift is such a fundamental part of our internal makeup that tempering it can create devastating psychological side effects. Even madness. Putting a lock on your gift, in many ways, protected you from yourself.
Our.
Pardon?
You said the gift is fundamental to our internal makeup. You're lunar. Don't lie to me.
I wasn't going to, Miss Ling.
How can I believe anything you said? How do I know you weren't brainwashing me right now?
If I were to go around glamoring people all day, I would at least make myself seem taller.
You did use your mind control on me when we met. You made me trust you.
Be fair. You were attacking me with a wrench. I have not abused the gift once since being here on Earth. My mental stability is paying the price because I refuse to manipulate the thoughts and feelings of those around me. Believe me, there is not a person on this planet who would like to see Levana off the throne more than I would. I would kill her myself if I had the power.
Why did you run away from Luna?
She killed my daughter. She was a shell. My crescent moon was taken away. Like all the others. She would be about your age now.
I'm sorry.
Listen very carefully, Miss Ling. This may come as a shock to you. Your gift is returning. I managed to override the chip.
What you're saying is That I'm becoming a lunar? For real? Magic and all?
Yes. In time, you will be able to control it.
Doctor?
Yes?
Are you immune to letimosis? Like me?
Yes.
Then why haven't you used your own blood samples to find a cure?
I have been. Where do you think those 27 antidotes we've already been through came from?
And none of them worked. So my immunity wasn't what you made it out to be.
Miss Ling, you are the miracle I was looking for. But you are right. It was not because of your immunity.
There's something bad in the balance. I'm staring into the darkness and I like what I see. Caught in